Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am doing a sit down video today because my sore throat is getting better, and since I could modulate my voice little up and down, and hence I thought that why not, let's sit down and do a video. So here I am in front of you creating a video, and the video that I'm going to talk about, or the topic that I'm going to talk about, is that typically everybody says, or an influencer or our family members or our elders or our colleagues, everybody tells us about that, what should you be doing in the morning. But I am going to talk and I am going to tell you something different, which is that things that you should not be doing in the morning. Everybody is personally different. Everybody would like to work their own manner in their own way. But yes, I thought let's not, talk about what should you be doing. Let's rather talk about that what should you not be doing in the morning to make sure that your mornings are beautiful. So without any further ado, let's jump onto the video. Let's begin with something which are mobiles. Now, typically our day starts with hitting a snooze button on our mobiles, because the first thing that we hear is either birds chirping or our mobile. So the first thing that you should not be doing while getting up in the morning is that please do not hit the snooze button. Well, why should you not be hitting the snooze button is because you are preparing yourself for a failure for that day. A day before you have decided that you want to get up early in the morning, or whatever time that you have chosen to get up in the morning. But by hitting that snooze button, you're actually saying or defeating your purpose of getting up in the morning. So you have failed your first attempt of the day by hitting the snooze button. Now, a little trick or a tip that how can you avoid hitting the snooze button, it is that try and not keep your mobile on your side table or on your bed. Try and keep it little away. I've spoken about in my previous video as well, where I've spoken about 10 habits that has actually changed my life, and out of this was one thing that really helped me. So try and keep your phone away from your side table or away from your bed. Please make sure that while your alarm is on or while your alarm hit it in the morning, you have to make that effort of getting up from the bed, getting out from your blanket, quilt, bed sheets or whatever, and go and hit that dismiss button. If you make this small little change in your life, it is actually going to start your day with a positivity. And hence, it is a thing that you should not be doing in a day, which is that please do not hit the snooze button, because you don't want to set up yourself as a defeat or as a failure right in the morning. The next thing that I want to talk about, which is related to mobile, is that please do not check your social media handles. Now, honestly, when we hit that dismiss button, the mobile keeps calling us that you have a message, you have a mail, you have a feed to check, you have a post to check, how many likes have you got, who has responded you. The mobile is going to call you, or the social media handles are definitely going to call you in the morning. But try and do not do that, because if you sit down and check your WhatsApp messages or the emails or your Twitter account or your LinkedIn account, or for that matter your Instagram or your Facebook, you will get lost in it. And once you start, you are not going to stop, because you will check one social media handle, then you will check another, and then you will check another. And probably with all those, once you are up with completing all of those, by that time you have wasted your 30 minutes to about 40 minutes or maybe 1 hour as well. And the purpose of getting up in the morning got defeated, because you got up to do something which is more important in your life rather than checking the social media handles. Now, what I do is that I used to be one of those people who used to go and check the social media handles as soon as I get a mobile in my hand. But it took me hell lot of a time to get away with social media handles. And to avoid that, I also had to deactivate my Facebook account for 3 months. And then I reactivated it because I know now I am in control with it, and I know that I can manage my time without using social media handles or without checking my social media handles right in the morning. So what I do is that I pick up my phone, dismiss my alarm, just go and do my basic morning routine, which is brushing my teeth, going to the loo, washing my face. And the next thing that I do is that I pick up the phone and put that on charging. With that, I know my phone will charge by the time I'm done with my morning routine, which is cooking food, making sure that Rehat is getting ready for school. All of that stuff is done and my mobile is ready and I am done. When do I actually go ahead and pick up my phone? Which is that when I have done everything which I need to complete in the morning. That's when I go and check my phone. I'm not denying that I do not check my social media handles. Of course I do. I reply on WhatsApp messages, I reply birthdays, I reply good morning messages. I do all of that. But only when my work is done, because I don't want to set myself as a failure. Please try and avoid using social media handles and try and avoid the messages that you are getting on your phone. Because if there is something really important and urgent, that person will call you and not message you. Now, the next thing that I want to talk to you about is that do not eat unhealthy breakfast. Spoken about this in my previous video as well, where I spoke about that how to curb your sugar cravings. I will put that in the eye up and you can take a look at it if you have not so far. I am on a 30-day challenge already, and I guess it's the 12th day today that I am running my 30-day challenge. Honestly, I am feeling very light. I am feeling very happy. My food intake in terms of diet has gone very great. All of that has happened because there is a routine change and I have started eating a healthy breakfast. Now, if you do not eat a healthy breakfast, or if you eat an unhealthy breakfast, when you sit down for work, or when you are at the peak of your productivity of completing your task, or starting your day with something very great, your stomach starts grumbling or growling in terms of saying that now it's time for you to give me something to eat. And that's when you lose on to the productivity. Now you will get up, now you will go and have something, and you have lost the time of your productivity. So try and eat a healthy breakfast in the morning, because that is going to keep you and your stomach filled in for a long time. And if you eat an unhealthy breakfast, your lifestyle is definitely not going to be great. So the only point that I want to make sure here is that eat a healthy breakfast. Avoid eating unhealthy breakfast, which is full of carbohydrates or sugar. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is that you should not be doing in the morning is that do not crib right in the morning. I mean, you should not be cribbing even in the evening or during the day, but we all are humans and we know that there would be something that would be full of crap or shit and we will crib about it. But please try and not do that in the morning, because if you say that, oh, I'm still sleepy and I've got up so early in the morning, what am I going to do? Please don't do that, because you're actually setting your day with all that crib, crap and shit. Now, if you try to be positive in the morning, your day will start with a high or a bit of enthusiasm, and you would want to sustain that enthusiasm throughout the day or during the day. Now, remember our elders always say that, वो काम करो, सुबह सुबह बहुत अच्छा काम करो, अच्छा सोचो, अच्छा सुनो. And if you are from those types, or like I am one of those types where I would like to hear something in the morning, to hear a playlist, or at times I can hear a podcast. I'm not saying I don't listen to any religious stuff, but I do try and keep myself engaged with some music or with some podcast in the morning. And if you're not that person who would like to listen to a music or podcast, but you're inclined towards reading, you can download Audible and start your book, whatever you are reading, and you can listen it while you're doing your morning routine. So try and not to crib, be positive about everything that you're doing. You've set yourself for a good day. You want to achieve something during the day. That's why you have got up early in the morning. That's why you have not hit that snooze button, because you wanted to get up in the morning and do something good with your life. Let's talk about something which is very important and related to our work, which is that do not keep your space cluttered. Since we all are on work from home mode, we sit on a place or a designated place which we have kept for ourselves, where we have our desktop, where we have our laptop, where we have our to-do list, and where we have our cups, plates, spoons, forks, etc. Try and declutter your workspace or that space a night before. But if you cannot do that, that's fine. Do it in the morning, because if you sit on that cluttered space, your mind will also feel clumsy, cluttered, and your day will not start on a good note. So if you do not have that time available at night, because we know we all have a lot of things to do, but if you can declutter all of that things right in the morning, that is going to be very beneficial. You will start your day with a clean slate and with a fresh mind and a fresh space. So try and declutter your things right in the morning. Try and do that a night before, but if not, try and do that in the morning. The next thing that you should definitely not be doing is that do not procrastinate or stop procrastinating your day. Now, typically what we do is that, when we get up in the morning, get lazy around here, we get lazy around there, we sit on our couch, then we open our fridge and then we close our fridge and then we think that now what should we be doing? But typically what you should be doing is that pre-plan your things a night before. And if you could not do that right in the morning, because you would not want your to-do list to be exactly the same as you wrote that in the morning. You would want to check mark all the to-do points that you have written in the morning. Now what I do is that I pre-plan typically a night before or a day before also at times, because if I pre-plan all of those things, then I don't have to get up too early in the morning to ensure that now I have to plan it. The only thing that I have to do is to execute the plan that I have written a day before. I'm not saying that I am able to complete all my tasks. I try to maximize my day and I try to complete whatever tasks that I have written, so that I have more space or more room to feel lazy and to spend some time with my family. So if you keep procrastinating the work or your day, you will end up doing a lot of work in the evening rather than completing all of your work during your office hours or during your daytime. Last but not the least, which is that do not start your day with negative news. Well, does that mean I'm saying that you should not be watching news channels? The answer to that is no. You should be watching the news channels. You should be understanding and you should be knowing what's happening in the world. But typically news channels have a lot more negative news as compared to a positive news. Try and keep all those news channels available during the day or by the mid of the day or by the end of the day. Do not please open your news channels right early in the morning, because if you start to have those informations in your brain will start sending those negative vibes or will ruin your day, because you have those thoughts running in your mind and you would not start your day with a positive note. Does that mean that you should not be watching news? You should definitely be watching it. We all need to know what's happening in the world, but not at the cost of ruining your morning. So make sure that you do not take a look at your news channels which are full of negativity. Alright guys, these are those top 7 things or things that I do not do in the morning, or I refrain from doing all of that in the morning. If you have something else that you do in the morning that you do not do in the morning, please put that in the comment section below, and it is going to be very useful for everybody. Now, if you have liked my video, please give that thumbs up, and if you've been watching my videos but have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Now, the most important part that you should be thinking is that all of these things are definitely not too hard. You just need to put in some bit of practice and voila, it will happen. I will take your leave, and please take care of yourself. I will see you in my next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.